Recording.
I'm glad
Thank
we
you,
didn't get
man.
that bit in, to be honest.
Right.
That would have been a bit of editing for you, Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris has been in touch. You might be a few minutes late coming on. He's told me he's got a bit of a story about Nigel Mansell.
Chris has.
Nigel Mansell. Oh,
Is there anybody you don't know?
the Manx man.
I don't know, but you know when he went to see, when he went to the Vatican, he actually
When Chris went to the Vatican,
he got invited up onto the balcony to meet the Pope.
Stop it.
Yeah, I know what's
I
coming.
had these two
I know,
boats
I know
saying-
this
is this Fantasy Island?
Who's
Oh
that?
yeah, I know what you're going to
Chris
say.
Hall, yeah.
And one bloke says, "Who's that on balcony?" He says, "I don't know, but it's Chris Hall talking to him."
Yeah.
It's like that one. That one. It says, "You down there, get that cart out of my square."
Yeah. So he got Nigel Mansell's autograph, and Mansell's doing 200 miles an hour, and there's Chris running at the side of him saying, "Will you sign
Probably,
this?"
probably. So
My granddaughter on Saturday went to Silverstone as part of a school group in an inter-school dancing contest. I kept teasing my daughter, dad humor. Isn't it a bit dangerous, love? Will they be able to dive between the cars as they're going round?
yeah,
Hamilton didn't take her out then.
Sorry, no.
Hamilton didn't take her out.
Oh no, only for lunch.
yeah.
Too young.
You'd have to
You'll
be
be-
doing the quick step.
You'll not be surprised to know, Ian, that I was in an inter-school dancing competition.
I could believe that.
Yeah, sword dancing. So
I did the thing we did on holiday, which we always did every evening in the hotel and every Thursday, was the hokey
Careful what
cokey
you
and the
say.
conga. Remember the hokey
conga,
cokey and the conga?
hokey cokey and conga.
I've got a certificate from Blackpool Musical Festival for
Did you?
dancing.
Oh, right.
I think I was 10 at the time, or maybe 9.
Wonderful. Have you still got the pink tutu?
No.
They
Right.
used to dance, I don't know, the barn dance, the dashing
Yeah.
white sergeant, the
Oh,
Belita,
yeah. The Irish washerwoman.
St. Bernard's waltz.
Oh, the
yes.
St. Bernard's Wells, yeah.
It's a wonder that you can say that these days, isn't it, Gay Gordon?
Yes. Happy Gary.
Mm,
Yeah.
The LGBT Gordons.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Shall we get underway? John, any news of the group?
A little bit, but it's a pity that Jonathan's not here today. I can't see him, can I? Because I had an experience yesterday evening. I went for a walk around the old cricket pitch area near Mosborough, where Lon used to walk his dog, poor thing. And this lad were doing laps. He looked slightly unfit, but nevertheless, he kept ploughing round and round and round the field. There's a long uphill bit, and then a flattish bit, then a downhill bit. And he went round 3.5 times, and we were encouraging him, Jenny and me. And then he stopped to talk to us. And it turns out that he was from Coventry. He's a Coventry City supporter. So I found the other one.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd be able to talk to Jonathan about it. Yeah.
Was he
Nice
lost?
bloke. He
Was
talked
he
for
lost?
about 20 minutes. Pardon?
Was he lost?
Was he lost? Yeah, he's just moved to Mosborough.
He
To
were-
make him
lost.
to make him
He
a
was
bad
lost
person.
then.
He was lost, yeah.
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 I found number 3 then, John, because my best mate's just bought a season ticket for Coventry.
Oh, fancy that.
It must be
Fancy that.
dirt cheap. Dirt cheap.
Anyway, some slight news of the group. Barry has just gone down to Stamford, not Stamford Bridge. He's gone down to Stamford to his daughters. Cyril and Anita were going to Cleethorpes. Then they weren't. Then they were, and now they're not. It's the heat. It's the heat.
Yeah.
Too much for Cyril. Yeah. Big
Two of
Paul,
my-
you will know
two-
this.
Two of my
71
favourite
tomorrow. Sorry, Ian.
Two of my favourite places, actually, Cleethorpes and Stamford. Stamford
Yeah.
is next to RAF Wittering, where I first served after graduating. And
oh,
the
yeah.
A1 used to run through Stamford, the old road.
Right.
Since the bypass,
Yeah.
it's never changed in 50 years. Beautiful place.
Hmm.
I used to play cricket there once a year.
Yeah, nice.
Cleethorpes.
Burley Heights.
That's
Burley
it.
Heights.
Underrated place, Cleethorpes.
Yes,
There you
I
go.
like Cleethorpes.
Yeah. Any road. 71 tomorrow, Paul.
Big
Yes,
Paul,
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well done,
Happy
Paul.
birthday for tomorrow. Happy
Paul.
birthday,
Yeah.
Paul.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
Paul.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Paul,
Yeah,
Paul, I might
Yeah.
need somebody to help me in my garden tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's too hot. Find somebody else.
Jenny will do it. Yeah, yeah. And it's Claire's birthday next week.
Right.
And of
Oh,
course,
very
we
happy.
already mentioned last week, but it's your 50th anniversary this week, isn't it,
It is.
Keith?
It
Are you
is.
able to get away?
At the moment, we
From
all
who?
go.
From who?
Sorry, I've got Vinny the Badge. He's just phoning me. Hello, Vinny, mate.
Give him
Yeah, we're having a Zoom meeting. There's some of your colleagues
Hey,
here.
couldn't you get a
my
plaque?
regards.
Yeah, they all give their regards. Paul the
Yeah.
Biscuit,
Vinny the
Paul
Badge.
Biscuit, Ian the Scousegate, yeah. Yeah. Keith. Yeah, Keith. Big Paul. You've got the virus. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Blooming it. How are you feeling? No, this is going out live, by the way. You've caught me in the news item updating people on what's happening in the group, and perfect timing. That's like an outside broadcast.
Keep that phone 2 meters from you, John.
Yeah. Put a mask on.
Yeah. Well, if you can't go golfing, mate, you must be bad. And you were going up to Durham. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. When did you test positive?
During the
A few
cabinet
days
meeting.
ago. Yeah, well, I know it's horrible, especially in weather like this. You take care, mate, and look after yourself. I'll be in touch anyway. So we're just in the middle of a meeting, but everybody's interested to know about your virus and
All
sad
the
that
best,
you've got
Vinny.
it.
Yeah. Take
Oh,
care, mate.
thanks.
We're all sending the best wishes, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
get well
Talk to you
soon.
soon, Vin.
Get well
Yeah,
soon.
take care, mate. Bye-bye. Sorry
You're not,
about that.
doing, you're not doing this broadcast from Checkers, are you, John?
Me and Boris, yeah, like clinging ivy. Right,
I listen to
You'll be
radio
able to sell
Paul.
COVID badges.
that's your lot.
That's it.
That's it.
Right. Okay, so today's a momentous day in some ways because I think we've had a lot of news of the week every week since I can remember. But the king is dead. Long live the king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over to Dave the Beard for Dave the Beard's news of the week. News of the week.
News of the week, Dave's news of the week.
Thank you.
Beard of the week. Beard of the week.
Impossible to step into the legendary Lowell's shoes, so I'll do it my way. Thanks all. Right, I'll start with cricket. And quite a bit on cricket, various teams playing over the last week. England beat Pakistan by 3 wickets in the final one-day international for the 3-0 series win. In a thrilling and high-scoring game, Pakistan batted first, scoring 331 for 9. Assam scoring 158 off 139 balls, and that made him the fastest player to reach 14 one-day international centuries. On the bowling, Bryden Cars took 5 for 61 and became the first bowler to take 5 wickets in a one-day international at Edgbaston. In reply, England reached 332 for 7 with 2 overs to spare. James Vince hitting 102 off 95 balls for his maiden century, one-day international century. And the total that they made was the highest run chase to win a one-day international, again at Edgbaston. They then went on to the T20 series, and after losing the first match by 31 runs, England levelled the series with 1 to play to Old Trafford today, I think it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
6:30.
Yeah.
Did you watch that? Did you watch that first match? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
They're ridiculous boundaries, weren't they? I mean,
Yeah.
I could have got 6 on that,
Hmm.
that boundary.
I mean, let's
The
face
Trump,
it,
the Trump,
Go
go
on,
on.
Chris.
people have been saying this for a long time. The Trent Bridge ground is not right, and that's because of the new stand that they built, and it's taken out a massive chunk of outfield. If you want a perfect oval for television purposes, the oval is now much smaller than it should be. That isn't an international standard, I don't believe. It's minimum standard, not international.
Is there any
So
chance is there any
you get
chance
what you
of turning
built.
it through 90 degrees like they did at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
only if they shoot all the members first.
Oh, that's a bit of culling, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like cricket though, is it?
It's
No,
Subbuteo.
it's
It's
not.
it was like watching a game of Subbuteo.
Yeah.
But it's like that for a lot of games at Trent Bridge. If you go to a match and unfortunately it's on what is the Smith Cooper stand side of the ground, it's a game of Subbuteo. You can hit it for 4 when it's a 1.
Yeah.
Same for both sides, but
Yeah.
it's not terribly interesting.
Yeah.
But
It's exciting, but not as cricket.
No, that's only my opinion. It's only, that's just my opinion. Other people might think it's marvellous. That's fine. But
Well,
I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's an international standard ground anymore.
That's a shame.
I mean, the T20 stuff, I don't like the T20. I just think it's
Well, I
just
do.
a slug test.
I love it. I love it.
I'm talking also about county games,
Yeah.
4-day games.
Yeah.
They are to an extent made a bit silly by the fact that they've got to keep the middle wickets for television. There's more television this year than ever before. So consequently, you end up playing, to the
Car
extremities.
park.
Yeah, car park. It's into the car park. Yeah. Anyway, it makes for headlines and runs, and it's all good stuff.
I
Did you-
gather
did
you're
you
not
s-
an advocate of this new 100 game that's coming at the end of the month, is it?
Can we move swiftly on?
No,
Yeah.
it's
I
this
think
week.
Chris said, "Wash your mouth out, Ian."
I'm
Yes, I'm
fortunate.
with Chris.
Right. I'm fortunate enough to have the time to go to Scarborough on Thursday to see a 50-50 game in the cup, which England are the champions of, hence the shirt. There are at least 16 first-class players on both sides, Yorkshire versus Surrey, who aren't available, who won't be playing. The cost of getting into that match, if you pay on the gate, is £19.50. And you're going to see, you must only go knowing that you're only going to see a second team game. And I'm looking forward to going in the sunshine. That's fantastic, marvellous. I'm very lucky. However, this is all because of a competition being played at the same time as the 50-50, which England are really good at.
Mm.
And I cannot give you a cricket fan's name and address who is actually physically going to go to any of the games. It's very sad that this has happened, but it's happened. But they're using Joe Root as an advert for the 100. His county's playing at Scarborough. This is not just Joe. It's not Joe's fault, but this has happened now, and there are over 16 international 16 international players unavailable for selection.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, if you want to go and see the 100, that's fine.
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go
I
very
don't think I'll even bother to
Yeah, I'll
TV
come and
on
watch some
for
French
Chris.
cricket in your back garden, Chris.
Yeah, yes, there's lots of things I'd rather do, but it's all modern stuff and fine. But it's not aimed at me.
No.
not aimed at
What you've started already, Dave. Oh, let your
Yes.
first item and who's look at what you've started.
Right, I'll leave cricket alone.
We went, can I say I did go to Trent Bridge this week, and I can report that Bancroft, remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on my staff at work.
Yeah.
Or for
Well,
a different Bancroft.
Yeah. Well, he was probably honest. Bancroft, captain of Durham, captain of the county, received quite an interesting welcome as he came onto the Trent Bridge cricket ground.
I bet it is.
And it continued while he was batting.
Yeah.
And when he left, having been again unsuccessful, I must admit I did join in slightly.
Why?
Cameron Bancroft is
Sandpaper man.
Sandpaper man.
is the sandpaper guy. He is the guy that said, no, I ain't got any sandpaper. It wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Apart
Wasn't
from
me.
this.
Wasn't me.
This bit.
Apart from this role,
Apart from this, no, I mean, we all have our opinions. I understand people have said he's served his time and you should give him a go. And I get that, and that's fine, but valid. My opinion is different, and I'm offended by his presence.
Yeah.
I'm more offended
Just-
by Smith's and Warner's presence than
Yeah.
Bancroft's, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, but I agree, but they weren't playing, so I couldn't. No, I agree.
Yeah,
But,
just
you
on
And the
that-
four bowlers that were involved, the four bowlers that were all involved as
Oh, no,
well.
they didn't know about it.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no.
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 Clearly
The,
didn't know about it.
Don't you believe anything you hear, Chris? They weren't involved.
the coach in the dressing room, I know nothing.
No.
He's from Barcelona, was he?
So,
You are delighted. It's done their sales no in sandpaper, no end of good. They love it.
On a similar note, I caught a program by Wasim Akram and another Pakistan or Indian player talking about their time.
yeah,
And the bowler of the two, I don't know which one was the bowler.
Was in Akram.
About,
allegedly.
he was asked about the potential tampering with the ball, and he said, "Well, is it Pakistan they're from?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He seemed to be saying, "Well, it's accepted that you're going to mess about with the ball. It's just something that we do."
Yeah.
And
I mean, it was quite natural to use the sweat off your brow to help you shine the ball.
Yeah.
You know, we all did that when we were bowling, and that's quite natural.
yeah,
And one or two have used the thumbnail to go around the seam to try and lift the seam a bit, which isn't allowed. But one or two have tried to do that in the time.
Yeah.
But the sweat on the brow, that was the legitimate way.
On a hot day, what about sun cream? Serious question. What about sun cream? Does
You weren't allowed. No.
No.
You're bringing something in that's not a natural thing.
but
involved in something else.
Keith, I
standing
saw
out there in 30 degrees, you're going to have some sort of protection on your skin, aren't you?
Yeah, possibly.
And if you get the sweat on the brow, they're going to be using something else that's on the skin as well.
Possibly.
Keith, I saw a documentary.
Wasn't Fred Truman accused of using hair cream when he used to take the sweat off his brow?
It was.
Take a bit of the Brill cream and.
Yeah, first time they've seen a cricket ball with a quiff. Yeah.
Keith, I saw a documentary on reverse swing by, I think, the same guys, and I hadn't appreciated it's the sweat on the old ball that's collected that makes that shiny side heavier, and actually causes the reverse swing. You've got to change your body and wrist position, apparently, but it is the accumulation of sweat on the ball on that shiny side.
There is a law against using lard, though.
You've been watching too much porno. You've been watching Treks.
I used to organise a match at Stamford, between the Lady Anne's Hotel, which was basically Northants Old Boys, and a team I took down. And that match was quoted when all that kerfuffle and the trial was on, with Alan Lamb involved and all the rest. Alan Hodgson, the fast bowler, he said he learned how to reverse swing the ball. It was this match was apparently where things happened. I didn't notice. I was umpiring, but I didn't notice.
Yeah.
It's gone on for blinking years, though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
One way or another.
Not the Aussie, not the Aussie one.
No,
Not the Aussie one. That
Dave,
was
there's every chance that you're going to break Lowell's world record.
every chance. You shouldn't have started with a summer sport. That's where you went wrong.
Right, come on then.
Well, we're on cricket,
Pakistan.
something totally different.
Hang on.
Did anybody read about Ballymena?
Oh, Ballymena. No.
Anybody read about Ballymena
No.
in their one-day match? They needed 35 to win off the last over and won. The batsman hit 6 sixes.
Good God. Gary Sobers, where are you now?
It was some sort of cup. It was some sort of one-day competition in Northern Ireland.
Oh dear.
The bowler would be bad news, I imagine.
Sorry, Dave. Carry on with the news.
For that one, it's brilliant.
Right, carry on, Dave.
You've got to move on.
We're going back 45 runs, as we know, but the high point literally was Livingston.
Oh, yeah.
Sixes out of the ground, one of which went over a three-tiered stand and ended up in the Leeds Rhinos ground, travelling apparently the furthest distance that they can find, 122 metres.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Hell of a hit.
Yeah.
I think they've still got videos on BBC that you can catch up on it and see the
Yeah,
two
it's
sixes.
amazing over that stand.
I watched it. It was incredible. 30 metres high, that stand. And
That
it
was the
managed to
ball
get on-
any good.
Is this the ground that was deemed unfit and unsafe with a match abandoned?
Yeah.
Same ground. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Strange.
That is a real news story.
Mm.
You start a match and it's deemed unfit and unsafe because water from faulty drainage is coming up into the ground. £38 million that stand cost.
Is this Headingley?
This is Headingley.
Yeah.
And there needs to be a serious investigation. A player was very badly injured before the final decision to abandon the game.
When was this?
Yeah.
This was on last week on Tuesday, no, not
Is it Thursday?
Monday, Tuesday. It was on
Just
Wednesday.
after the heavy rain.
Yeah.
So the day after the very heavy rain.
They're going to have to move back to Bramall Lane.
They have to knock it down and start again.
Oh,
No,
I mean,
the serious point is if you've got a problem with drainage,
Yeah.
you've got a duty of care, and you can't be running around in front of a £38 million stand with faulty drainage. I'm horrified by it. I was there on the Monday, and there was that much rain that I didn't think it would be possible to play for the following 2 or 3 days. The fact they went out,
With snorkels.
you know, there should be a lot of questions asked. You know,
It raised
I
quite a
mean-
stink where we were. Yeah.
it's a terrible ground anyway.
I hope
Yeah.
Dominic Leach is
It's
all
in
right.
Leeds for a start.
Well,
Dirty Leeds for a start.
it's in dirty Leeds, but it's awful to get to. You can't park when you get there. It's not a great ground at all.
Anyway,
But they have spent 38 million on the stand and got the drainage wrong in front of it.
Yeah.
There's slight slope on the ground as well.
Was it there that
On the run-up,
Dickie
there's
Bird
slight
came up
slope there.
for water on the pitch saying it's not my fault and the water was it Leeds?
That's right.
It was, wasn't it?
That's right.
Come on, Dave. You look as if you're losing the will to live.
All day. Right, Ireland beat South Africa for the first time in a one-day international.
Blimey.
Couldn't win the series. South Africa levelled the series in the third game, scoring 346 for 4. Mallon scoring 177 off 169 balls. That must have been an innings. And Ireland bowled out for 276. In Australia, West Indies won the series 4-1, hoping for a clean sweep. They failed to win the fourth match, but went on to win the fifth. I'll just switch to Vic Short now. Dominic Leach, we touched on, apparently went into a concrete wall and badly injured his knee. And then in the T20 last Roses match at Old Trafford, Yorkshire lost by 4 wickets.
Green Lancashire won. Yeah.
Dear, how sad. Never mind.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
I misread a news headline and thought that Yorkshire had won by 8 runs, so I stayed up to watch the highlights till 1 o'clock, waiting for a magnificent ending, and it never happened. I was disgusted.
Lancashire got 131 for 6 to win.
I thought there's going to be some wickets falling now. Blooming
Yorkshire had already qualified. It don't.
Yeah.
Have you got a record button? You don't have to watch it at 1 o'clock.
No, that's true, but I've not recorded it. I'd forgotten to record it, then I realised it was on.
You just got so excited by the.
I was excited, and then depressed.
Oh dear, dear me, mate. Sorry for that.
Right, Dave.
Women's cricket.
Oh,
no.
Oh no.
Last cricket.
You're pushing your luck now, Dave.
The multi-format point series against England needed to win the final T20. Set a target of 153 in the match. In reply, England reached 154 for 2 with 8 balls to spare, so clinching the series 10-6.
Some blinking good cricket there too.
Yeah, end of cricket. I'm ignoring cricket in future. France beat Australia 28-26.
Not so doing well.
Australia since 1990 and levelled the series at 1-1. Losing 26-25 with minutes to go, they scored a penalty in front of the post and held on for the win. Unfortunately, they then lost the series, losing the third game after being 20-20 at half-time. Australia clinched victory 33-30.
I've never heard of half the play, all the play, any of the players in that series. It must have been juniors.
Suffered their first defeat of the tour, losing 17-13 to South Africa A. South Africa A, which included 11 members of the starting 15 that won the World Cup. They've got that many injuries and COVID cases. They were 17-3 down at half-time and reduced the deficit, and a potential winning try from Reece Samet was controversially ruled out. While South African de Klerk was lucky not to receive a red card for a head-to-head lunge at Wyn Jones. They were then back to winning ways in the next match against the Storms, winning 49-3, the last match before the first test next Saturday. And the return of Alan Wynne Evans for the final 26 minutes, just 3 weeks after dislocating his shoulder, was a bonus.
It's a Welsh name, Ian. Does it matter?
Yeah, it does to him.
An exciting Challenge Cup final, so Castleford
A good match.
What a good week. I really have.
Oh, thank you again. I'll go on to something else. Now, Castleford leading St. Helens 12-6 at half time. A superb second half performance from St. Helens.
Aye.
Saw them points, giving them a 26-12 victory. Right. When did St Helens last win the trophy?
12 years ago. 12
13 years ago.
12 years ago.
Long time.
2008.
Wow.
13 years ago.
Yeah,
13 years ago.
13 years.
13 years ago, yeah.
And when did Castleford last win the trophy?
Oh, God.
They haven't.
That's even further
They
back.
have.
No,
They
they
have.
have.
50 odd
It's about
years.
24 years ago.
A bit longer. 1986.
Wow.
25.
They were playing. They were
35.
playing.
35.
You should be a maths teacher.
They were playing in sweltering heat. I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
the game.
Terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Pace in the first
Castleford
half.
scored the good tries. Much better.
Well, they weren't that much better, Peter. You know, come on.
The tries were. Weren't
The
enough
pace
of
in
them.
the first half was phenomenal. You know, with all that heat. Amazing. Sorry, Dave. Still celebrating.
Right.
Carry on.
Move on.
It's been confirmed that the Rugby League World Cup will go ahead in England between the 23rd of October and 27th of November.
Yeah, Bramall Lane.
The tournament on the 23rd of October against Samoa at Newcastle. And they also play Greece at Bramall Lane on the 6th of November. Also taking place during the same period are the Women's and Wheelchair Rugby World Cups. Many of the wheelchair fixtures are down at the EIS here in Sheffield.
Very good.
The men and women's final then are set to feature in a double header at Old Trafford on the 27th of November.
Will they be playing the Greasy Chip Butty song when you play Grease?
Oh, dear me.
Should see some goals. Versions anyway.
Okay, greasy kebab.
We'll be able to have some players that'd be all right shooting over posts.
Aye.
The post.
Yeah, Wednesday are sending their scouts. Sorry, John.
No, it's all right. It's just so frustrating that you got relegated last season, and I'm still depressed because we got relegated as well. It's not fair.
Hold on to your hats.
Yeah.
Olympics. Roger Federer has withdrawn from the tennis due to a knee injury, while Dana Evans and Joanna Konta have both had to withdraw from the tennis due to COVID tests and or still suffering from the side effects. South African rugby sevens may miss out. They've been forced to quarantine after sitting near a passenger on the flight there. Since I wrote this down, of course, one official has gone down with it, and now quite a few of the competitors beginning to go down. So
It's going to be a farce.
Get trainers ready for the long distance races. They might need some help, Team GB.
Yeah, Paul.
The marathon, take your own
The
motorbike.
Olympics. Slight connection. Bruce Springsteen's daughter, Jessica, has been named in Team USA's Olympic show jumping team.
Right.
Born in the USA.
Yeah.
Mm. The Fury Wilder WC Heavyweight World Championship fight will now take place in Las Vegas on October the 9th. And a bit more locally, Carl Froch wants to fight Andre Ward at Notts Forest City Ground in a world title unification fight and rematch at super middleweight level. Racing, horse racing, of course. Snowflake, red hot favourite, ridden by Ryan Moore and trained by Aidan O'Brien, won the Irish Oaks at the Curragh by 8.5 lengths. O'Brien had a 1-2 with Divinely coming second. The winning margin was the widest since Blakestown won the race by 10 lengths in 1905.
Right.
I'm surprised Snowflake won, being red hot favourite. I thought it would have melted.
Yeah, real shock. Of course, did the double, having already won the English Oaks at Epsom by a small distance of 16 lengths. Rachel Blackmore, Grand National winning jockey, had a bad fall at Killarney and has had surgery on a fractured ankle and injured hip. Darts. Andy
What?
Ford,
What?
World Darts champion.
What?
We're having Sabutio next week, Chris.
Yeah.
What?
Sports. Has
Sport?
died at
Chris,
59.
look, all in the breathing, mate. There's a lot of sports technique in throwing a dart.
Absolutely. I respect that
Which
totally.
year did he win the title?
Ooh,
What was that, Dave?
2001.
2004.
Time ago, and for him.
A long time ago.
In the 90s.
No, 2004.
And he beat Mervyn King.
Mm.
And you know what Andy Fordham's nickname was?
The Viking.
Viking.
Today.
The Viking.
A bit like you.
Yeah.
Should be Dave the Viking.
And for anybody who does like the darts, the World Match Play began on Saturday. And the defending champion, Dimitri van der Berg, beat Devon Peterson 10-5. While a previous champion, James Wade, lost 10-3 to Luke Humphreys. The final being on 25th of July. And mock darts, but the winner receiving 150,000 quid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're less
It's
than a
no less
minute.
energetic than snooker.
Right.
True.
Right. We're less than a minute, so we'll wrap
Right.
this up, and Dave can complete his news when.
Next
All right.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, Dave. Well done, Dave. Yeah.
Well done, Dave.
See you in 5.